All right, brothers and sisters, let's talk boxing. Today we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, one of the, in my opinion, he's one of the best, he's the best fighter at 135 pounds. He doesn't have all four belts. I think he has the original WBA championship. This is how corrupt boxing is. How is it that Devin Haney is considered the undisputed world champion. But here it is, this guy walking around here with the WBA original belt. Devin Haney doesn't even have this belt, but he's considered the undisputed world champion. And I'm not talking about Devin Haney in a negative way. I'm talking about boxing because Devin Haney, he does wants to fight the best fighter. So, I can't say nothing about Devin, you know what I mean? But with all that being said, Devin is not the best at 135 pounds. It's really Tank Davis and Lomachenko. They're the best at the division. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to uh let's 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 I think I messed up. Tank Davis, Lomachenko is the best at the division, not Devin Haney. Devin Haney is gonna have to beat those two guys. But let's get to Tank Davis. Tank Davis, in my opinion, just like I just said, he's a talent. He can box, he can punch, he can move around the ring. He has a good boxing IQ. Um, he's recently promoting a fight. Guys moving up from 130 pounds. I forget he fought that old punch head dude. He gave him his first L. I can't think of this guy's name. I think he's from New York, but he was a champion. But the guy's moving up to 135 pounds. He's going to face Tank Davis, right? So Tank Davis was on. They was promoting the fight and stuff like that. And my issue with Tank Davis, because what they're doing is they're leading this fight up because he wants to fight. I forgot this boy's name. One minute he wants to fight, the next minute he don't. You know what I mean? He's really irrelevant to me until he actually beats somebody of quality. But they supposed to fight sometime next year, I believe. But Tank Davis, in my opinion, he's the best. But in my opinion, he doesn't have the eye of the tiger. He doesn't, or or if not the eye of the tiger, he doesn't have the eye of a lion. He he's not hungry like that. See, he's hungry for the money, but he's not hungry for status and accolades in the sport that he's been fighting for free ever since he was around 7 or 8 years old. He doesn't have it. Well, why do you say that? It's because he has been given multiple chances to wipe out the 135-pound division, and he won't do it. And the reason why he won't do it is because, in my opinion, he's taking the Floyd Mayweather Al Heyman approach. And that approach that he's taking is going to assure him that he really doesn't get hurt in the sport of boxing. And really, this is what a lot of fighters is doing. The only fighters that is not doing this is the ones that's willing to lose it all, to risk it all for the glory and the accolades and the approval of the boxing fans. They're the only ones that's taking this risk. See, Tank Davis is not taking that risk because really he doesn't care about the accolade. He don't care about the belts. He don't care about solidifying his name amongst the greats and things. He don't care about that. He cares about millions of dollars. And I'm not knocking him for wanting to get millions of dollars because at the end of the day, the fighter is the one he takes the most risks. You know what I'm saying? He's the one getting in the ring. He's the one gotta get in shape. He's the one that gotta do all these things. He's the one that's doing the major sacrificing physically. But to a certain degree, the promoters, the people that's putting the money behind them, they're sacrificing too. It's because look, you 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 got to be special. If I'm gonna put $50 million behind you, and here it is, I'm gonna put $50 million behind you, and it's a possibility that I'm gonna lose that money. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna get some money because I'm investing in you, but I can lose some money just as well. So the promoters and stuff, they're sacrificing just as well. But what I'm saying about Tank is, you know, when you look at a tiger, or I'm talking about a person, a crocodile, a tiger, what's that? A anaconda, a lion, a thing that's got to hunt for their food. You know, when they hunt down a big old wildebeest, I'm talking about a lion. When they hunt down a big old wildebeest, or they hunt down a big old elephant, I done seen them kill an elephant before. They're not satisfied with that. And or they kill a big old buffalo or something like that. They're not satisfied. That's a whole lot of meat. They not just satisfied with that. And they eating for day. You know, they eating. You know what I'm saying? They eating all the major parts of the body that they supposed to be eating. They eating that. But you know what it is about that? After they take down a big old buffalo or something like that, the hunt still goes on because if they not hunting, they pride is gonna die off. They're gonna do this until I'm talking about the older lions and stuff like that. They're gonna do this until when? Until they die. See, you gotta kill me. When they take down them big old beasts and stuff like that, that's a trophy. See, people don't look at this. Lions, crocodiles, tigers, and bears, they get accolades too. That's why they're in the National Geographics and stuff like that. That's why people always studying them. It's because see, they hunters. See, and they hunt for survival. And why did I use those as an example? It's because see, when they take down big old beasts and stuff like that, it's not over with for them. See, the hunt still goes on. But see, Tank Davis, he don't have that mentality like that. And I'm starting to see that. I've been saw that. As much as I praise the brother, he doesn't he don't have it. Well, I wouldn't say he don't have it, but because he's with a certain type of promotional team. See, people talk about the promoter. The promoter is everything because the promoter, the trainer, it means everything. If you have a promoter and a trainer they don't have the confidence in you to put you in there in the fire, your ass you ain't getting in the fire. See? They won't put this man in there with Lomachenko and Devin Haney in them because see they don't have the confidence to do this. They don't have it. And look, I don't even know if he has the confidence to do it. They talk about all this sparring that he did with Devin Haney. Almost knocked him out. That's sparring. Devin Haney was 17, 16 years old. You was already a grown man. You was in your 20s when you popped that boy upside the head like that. And they say Devin Haney, he gave you all that you can handle. See? And I ain't taking nothing away from Tank Davis. Tank Davis is really the best at the division. But see, we would never know how great he is because why? He hasn't challenged himself. He's not hungry. He don't look at the other fighters as food. See, he don't look at that. He's just comfortable with getting a check, going out here splurging, dealing with these different type of females, and if he dealing with his baby mama or he dealing with some new that's where his mindset is. See, now he's starting to be kind of serious in terms of keeping his weight down, always in fight shape. See, he's being serious, but but can that translate over to hunger? See, does he look at Shakur Stevenson as a meal? See, where he gonna hunt him down and wait to his a perfect time for him to strike on him. You know what I'm saying? Does he look at Devin Haney as um a meal? Does he look at Shakur Stevenson as food? He's not looking at them as food. And when you talk about food as an accolade for the books, this man got on national TV with this Caucasian. He got up there and now he's talking about that once I defeat all those guys at 135 pounds, I'm going to get out of the sport of boxing. That shows me that he really doesn't have the hunger to be great like that. Because once you finish at 135 pounds, all the great fighters they moved up in weight. I would say the the highest weight that he probably could be at that he can be successful is 140 pounds. Why you want to go up to 100? If you beat everybody at 135 pounds and you defend the title a couple of times, why you want to go up to 140 pounds? You can't tell me that you can't do it. It's because he did it against Barrios. Even though Barrios was a hand-picked fighter, that's okay. But Barrios was a legitimate 140-pound fighter, and he had a belt. See, so why you want to move up there and fight the likes of Josh Taylor? You know, uh, uh, damn, what's that guy? He just got disqualified. You know, all the great fighters that 140 40 pound. You know, why you want to move up to fight those guys? Excuse me, I'm a little tired. That's because you don't have the hunger. See, you don't have the hunger. Let me tell you something, y'all. I may not have a big following like 78 Sports, Bushido Boxing. Shout out to those brothers. Blue Blood Boxing. I believe that I believe that if I put my mind to it though, if I really put my mind to it and really invest into this stuff like this, I can have a big channel. I only have like 5 subscribers. But one thing I know boxing. I know boxing. It's because I've been watching boxing all my life. And I boxed too for a little bit. I done been in the ring with professional fighters. I done sparred against professional fighters. I done sparred against amateur fighters. I done won some. I done lost some. I know about boxing. So, you know, I know a fighter that is hungry. See, when I look at Terrence Bud Crawford, Terrence Bud Crawford is a killer. See, he's a killer. He every day he see when he knocks down a fighter, he's doing what? He's devouring a fighter. When he get through devouring his carcass, he's on to the next. Why is that? It's because he understands that what? If he don't continue to take down these beasts in the on the Serengeti, his pride is gonna be destroyed. That's the mentality of a lion. See, Tank Davis don't have that. See, he don't have it. Now he say that he's gonna fight Shakur Stevenson. He's gonna fight Devin Haney. But when are you gonna do it? Or let's say that Lomachenko defeats Devin Haney because that's a 50-50 fight. Is he gonna step in the ring with Lomachenko? Is he gonna step in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney? Tell you something, man. If this guy, as talented as my man Tank Davis is, he's talented. If he was with Lou Duva, if he was with Lou Duva, if he was with Emmanuel Stewart, if he was with Eddie Futch, Angelo Dundee, these four great trainers, if he was with those guys, he would have already we would have already seen what this guy is made of. You know why? It's because they would have molded him into that. They would have put him in there with some guys and stuff like that. He would have won a couple of titles against some mediocre guys, but eventually he would have had to pass the test. Are you really who you say you are? He would have been in there with those guys. Mildred Taylor fought Julio Cesar Chavez. They was both in their prime, but I think Mildred Taylor was younger than Chavez. Chavez, when he fought Mildred Taylor, I believe that he had 50 something wins and about 40 something knockouts or 65 wins, something like that. The man been fighting. He fought everybody. See? But when Mildred Taylor, even though I think that Mildred Taylor kind of messed it up for himself, but they could have helped they could have gave him that fight because he beat Chavez that fight. But we saw what Mildred Taylor was. See, uh, 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 when he fought against Buddy McGirt and all those, he beat those guys. But what I'm saying is that he had to fight against an A-level fighter to see what he was made of. And you know what it was? You know what it is? He was ready to do this. He was ready. See, this is the difference between the fighters back then and the fighters today. Today, the guys always talking about business. And here it is, they can barely talk. They don't even understand contracts. They lying to us. And I'm not saying that the fighters can't get no money. They should be get because they make a lot of sacrificing, man. You know how hard it is to lose weight. See, you know how hard it is to step in the ring, to put those gloves on, and to go up in there mentally to get hit upside the head. It takes a lot to do that. But what I'm saying is that you're in the profession. You're in the hurt business. So if you're in the hurt business, then what? You got to fight against the best fighters. See? Let's take football. Let's take football. Let's take basketball for instance. Right? Michael Jordan. In order for Michael Jordan to be the best basketball player to ever play the game, he had he had to go against the best people. See, he had to rise to the occasion. And the difference between football and basketball and soccer and stuff, baseball, see, ain't no ducking nobody. There's no ducking nobody. If you're from the West, you're going to have to win the Western Conference division. If you're from the East, you got to win the Eastern Conference division. There's no ducking. The only thing a ball player, football player, soccer player, baseball player, only thing that they're going to have to do, they may not come, they may not get up. They may not get up for the game, meaning that when they step on the floor, they're not gonna get a all. They may score 20 points, but they ain't really it ain't a guts and glory 20 points. See? They're not gonna do their best in the playoffs. They just for the money. They ain't trying to go all out. They don't care about accolades. But see, Michael Jordan, he cared about that. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the greats. See, baseball players, the greats, they cared about accolades. The boxers from the 80s, they cared about Sugar Ray Leonard. You think that he wasn't scared when he fought against Tommy Hearns, or Tommy Hearns wasn't scared when he fought against Sugar? Are you kidding me? They were scared, but they still got in the ring, though. They got in the ring. They were scared through training camp. See, they question themselves. Man, am I able to do this? Mike Tyson said it himself. He said, "Man, I was always scared getting in the ring." See, but when I got in the training camp, Muhammad Ali said it too. But when I got in the training camp and I got to fighting these guys and they putting their hands on me and I'm putting my hands on them, pause. But at a minute, I didn't even care no more. I'm ready. See, I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to get it in. I can't wait till the fight starts. See, so what we saying about Tank Davis is that is he does he really want it? See, does he really want to be great in the eyes of the fans, or he just in it for just a paycheck? Is he in it for just a paycheck, or is does he want the accolades to go with it? It's not good enough for him to have Madonna and them to come to his fights and stuff like that. Man, I need the whole fucking world to come there. Cause I'm what's happening. I don't believe he had that hunger and that desire like that. He even said it himself. He said once he get through with the 135-pound division that he's gonna retire. Ain't that something? You're gonna retire at the young age of your career. So he'll be retired around about 30 years old, 31, so 30 years old, 29. That's fine if he want to do it. He can do whatever he want to do. I'm just saying that you got to fight the best fighters. You got to fight Devin Haney multiple times. You got to fight Shakur Stevens multiple times. Now, if you go up in there and face them and destroy them, then he ain't got to fight them no more. You know what I'm saying? If he want to go off and ride into the sunset, he can. He can do that. Well, all I'm saying is that the greats, they got up and they went against the greats. If Michael Jordan didn't go against Magic Johnson, the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks, if he didn't get up to face those guys, the Phoenix Suns, man, we wouldn't be talking about Michael Jordan today. We'd look at him as a great player. You know what I'm saying? But far as him to be with the big boys, he ain't there. And that goes for anybody else. See? So what makes this guy different? See? And then when people ask him questions, he's so arrogant. He gets mad at people when they ask him about Devin Haney. Man, I knocked him, I almost knocked him out in sparring. That's sparring. Devin Haney is a grown man now. He's different now. He got four. He got so-called. Really, he got three. You know what I'm saying? But boxing so corrupt that they just gave him an honorary belt, made him undisputed. See, that's how corrupt boxing is. But if we're gonna say he got four belts, fine. But uh Tank Davis got to go get them four belts. That's what everybody else did. Or even if you don't want the belts, you still got to challenge him. Like, look, man, you keep your belts. I want to just fight you just because. Bragging rights. Man, that's a new thing. He ain't even got to go after those belts. He's like, man, you can keep those belts. I ain't finna pay no taxes on them belts anyway. I just want to face you because I'm the best in the division and you the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? I even allow you to have the bulk of the money. I just want to face you and beat you. Man, if that guy do that, man, man, sky's the limits for this guy. But, you know, that's just my little thoughts on Tank Davis. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, but we don't know what he can do unless he fight A level, B level competition. Peace.